Derby, Sweden. You just saw Fear Leaders from Vienna live here at SM in Borås. My name is Demauer, and together with...
I'm Reverend Killjoy.
We are gonna lead you in this semi-final between Crime City Rollers, who took home the gold last year, and Norrköping Roller Derby, who have played their first year in the Elite Series. And here we are. We can wait for you. Hello.
Hi.
With 7 minutes and 40 seconds left, we will give you the rosters.
Sure, let's do that. So for Norrköping Roller Derby, Sluts United is the name of the team. And the skaters are number 1281, Kamikaze, 14, The Shotinator, 18, Blocktopusy, 212, Queen Jezebel, 253, Tiny Terror, 30, Raccoon Riot, 321, Egonia Knox, 33, Becky Blackout, 40, Molotova, 57, Carousel, 5678, Miss Ruby Jackson, 8, Vaseline, 808, Foxy Fearless, and 9, Mama. These are the Norrköping Roller Derby Sluts United.
And for Crime City Rollers, we have number 1 below me, number 100 Curly Whore, 104 Spinosaurus, 112 Blondie, 16 Feisty, 304 Naggan, 33 Filthy Rich, 48 Gab, 50 Katja, 53 Dykestalker, 636 Darling Ripper, 7 King K, 79 Goldie Blocks, 8 Notorious Ninja, and 999 Power Pussy. We want to thank our sponsors for today, Café Viskan. They're providing us with food so that we can last the whole day.
I just ate. It was excellent.
It was great. If you want to talk to us, please hashtag SMveckan or hashtag Roller Derby SM and tell us what you think.
That's a good idea. I basically live tweeted the whole last game.
You did?
I did.
Oh, the last game.
Well, it was fun.
Yeah.
The last game, Dock City Rollers, defeating, was that Luleo?
Yes.
Right? I'm here because of the Dock City Rollers, because they were in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where I'm from. And so they attended the K-Town Shakedown tournament in April, and we had a good time. And I thought, well, I'm not doing anything in July. I'll go to Sweden and announce Derby. So here I am.
And you brought your whole family with you?
I did bring my whole family, my wife and children, and my in-laws. My wife's parents are here, too, to take care of the kids while I could be here.
Yeah. See, people, this is how we get people to Sweden. We need to go abroad and just make them feel welcome, come here, and we just snatch them right out of
That's right. Let's go make friends. Let's go make friends.
And last game was one of the first semi-final that was played, and Dock City, as you said, they won, so they're going to play for the gold medal tomorrow, and Luleå, they're going to play for the bronze medal.
That's right.
And I'm very excited to see Norrköping and Crime City, because Norrköping beat Crime City in the Elite Series.
Oh, I did not know that.
So Norrköping won the Elite Series this year.
2 minutes.
And so I'm pretty excited. And I think that was our producer telling us what?
That we will have a commercial coming up at the 2-minute mark.
Okay, so you can hear us for 2 more minutes. I think I can give you the name of our officials, if you don't know them. Our non-skating officials are, with our tournament head and SO, Blind Io. Crew head and SO is Iceman and PowerPoint. And our non-skating officials for the days are Bombardier, Demauer, Dr. Fu Manchu, Fester, Freddie Merciless, Huff and Roll, Lady Justice, Mad Monitor, Momo, Princess Bitch, Retardedly, Supreme Overlord, and Terry Hatchet.
And our skating officials for the weekend include our tournament head referee, Derek König. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay. I'm like, are we speaking German now, or was that Swedish? What is that?
That's
German. All right. I know German a lot better than I know Swedish anyway. Our other head ref is Schreff. Then we've got Andreas Fuchs Jarlin.
Yes.
Maybe? Divide by Zero. Dude Law. L. Skellington. Nyokin. Gogo. King Richard. Long Arm of the Law. Major Bitter. And Tommy of Finland.
Yes, let's not forget our zebras and our flamingos out there, making sure that the games are happening.
That's right. I like to say that they keep the game safe and legal.
Yeah. And if you can see, I can see the bench coach for Crime City wearing a golden, what do you call those sparkly thingies, dress?
Yeah, maybe sequins, but I'm not sure exactly how they're getting that sparkle effect. It might be
Yeah.
an actual, like, the scale of an actual golden fish that was murdered and turned into a dress. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and Trixie won the playoffs on SmackDown when
Okay.
Crime City had SmackDown in Malmö. Trixie just went crazy with all the glittery things they had in their closet and won, our hearts
Yeah, absolutely.
because they were just awesome. And you will see that now it's commercials. Sorry. Okay. Now it's us.
It appears that we're back.
So I was going to say that Norrköping's bench crew, you will find them with their blazers and I would say costume, because in Swedish it's kostym.
Costume, yes.
Yeah.
I've been learning on Duolingo.
You do?
Yeah, of course.
Great.
I know that. My 4-year-old knows that word. Yeah.
So
Yeah, those guys look very professional.
yeah.
We'll see how that goes for them.
Mm-hmm. So with 40 seconds left until our jam timer gives us the rolling whistle.
Mm-hmm. Very timely so far today. The schedule
Yeah.
has been kept very well. I'm used to Derby just being sort of shaggy dog all over the place, and we start whenever, and nothing's ever on time.
I hope you who are in charge can hear this and just give you a pat on the shoulder of
Yeah.
doing a great job.
Yes.
And well, as you saw in the commercials, we're gonna have the first WFTDA Division 1 playoffs in 2017 outside of the US.
Right.
It's going to be hosted in Malmö. Please get your tickets through WFTDA.com or go to the Facebook event.
Yep.
And purchase them there.
Yes, absolutely. I've had the opportunity to attend a number of WFTDA tournaments in the United States, and just had a really great time. I wish I could come back to Malmö for that, but I'm here for this instead.
Yes.
So I'll get back there another time. We're on the track.
We're on the track. And for Crime City Rollers, the star is number 7, King K.
And for Norrköping, that would be number 30, Raccoon Riot.
And off they go, King K coming into the pack, but getting stuck in that 3 triangle blocking, as is Raccoon Riot. King K battling upside, getting some offense from below me, and got the first lead.
That's right. So Crime City with the first lead. Crime City in purple today. Norrköping in red, for those of you watching at home.
And Raccoon Riot still battling their initial pass, and King K battling up front. One thing you should look out for King K is their toe stopping on the lines. They just fly. It's amazing. And out of the pack is Raccoon Riot. Let's see what happens.
She is on a scoring pass, but King K is also out, and she's going to call off that jam just as you'd expect her to, having scored 9 points on the board with 1 minute down in this bout so far.
And on the jammer line for Crime City Rollers in purple, you have 100 Curly Whore, and for Norrköping,
who is that? I believe that looks like Kamikaze. Right?
Yes.
Yes. There's a lot of numbers there, so that's the only one with a number that long. That's how I know.
And we're waiting for the whistle, and the whistle goes, and Curly attacking on the inside line, as is Kamikaze. And as you can see, Curly in the front. And Kamika is just pushing by the pivot line. Ooh, first multiplayer of the game goes to Feisty from Crime City Rollers.
Well, that could help out Norrköping to get onto the board here. They do get their jammer free. That's Kamikaze. But, as you said, Curly Hoare is also scoring already, so that's 5 more points for her, and she's going to call off that jam like a smart jammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see that a lot in the beginning, that jammers coming out, taking their scores as much as they can, and then when the other jammer's out and approaching, just calling it off. But I'm hoping for more late calls later in the game.
Yeah, that's
Those
usually
are
how it goes.
fun.
It kind of loosens up a little while,
Yeah.
you know, after some time, or somebody stops paying attention or whatever. You never know.
Off they go. Number 636, Darling Ripper for CCR. And is that Raccoon Riot
It
again?
is, yes.
Yes.
Raccoon
know-
Riot is back.
We're going to learn their names just by looking at their numbers or how they stand by
Yeah.
the end of this game.
Absolutely. Pretty soon, just their posture will tell you everything you need to know.
And first lead for Norrköping today. And a star stash from Darling Ripper. I really thought Below Me had that star, but fooled me once.
Guess so. Crime City doing a good job racing the pack forward to limit the scoring by Raccoon Riot, and she's going to be forced to the inside to call off that jam. 1 point, 2 points? 2 points in the air.
2 points.
Here you go.
And the penalty box is empty for this jam. So all players on the track. We have number 999 Power Pussy for Crime City. And is that Kamikaze again
It is,
for
yes.
Norrköping? Mm.
So is that just a 2-jammer rotation so far, or did I miss a... No.
No, I
3.
would believe that they have more jammers, but right now they're fielding their best jammers
Right, right.
in the first couple
Speaking
of
of
jams.
best jammers, Power Pussy is your lead jammer for Crime City. She did a nice job walking through on the inside there.
And Kamikaze battling through, trying to get through. Dykestalker has them together with Spinosaurus and Notorious Ninja.
Nice triangle defense from each team. When I was announcing in Kalamazoo, we were calling these the Scandinavian triangle because all the teams from Sweden tend to use that triangle defense. And not everybody was using it
Really?
in the States when I was there. So it was effective for, I saw Dock City using it particularly. And then by the end of the weekend, everybody was doing it. So, you know, that's how you do that.
We're very fond of our triangles here in Europe.
Clearly.
I think, yeah, and I think we're very inspired also by Victorian Roller Derby and London Roller Girls.
Yes.
And Kamikaze is still in their initial pass. And getting hit out by Dykestalker, who didn't draw the cut. Almost, but didn't. And there's the helmet cover off from Kamikaze, but their pivot is
Otherwise engaged.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And
it's so hard. I really want to see what you guys are seeing on the screen back there at home, but I'm tending to see what's really happening on the track.
Right.
I promise we'll try to do better. And Dykestalker went to the penalty box, the pivot for Crime City.
Oh.
And even if Kamikaze is out, the bench for Crime City is telling them to run it. I guess it is because they want to run down the clock
Yes.
in the
Run
penalty
down
box.
the clock. Absolutely. Yes.
They don't want to blow the clock in the penalty box. That sounds like so ridiculous.
That's something else
Yeah.
we do in the penalty box sometimes.
And those people in the blue that you see on your screens are our track ninjas. They're making sure that the track is intact and safe. Or not safe, but that it's, you know, whole.
Whole, yeah, I'd say whole. I mean, safe also, too, you know.
Yeah.
Safety's important on the track. Excellent job there. Getting lead jammer by Crime City's King K.
And you see even though with only 2 blockers on the track, it's Below Me and Goldie Blocks from CCR now getting help from Dykestalker. And that is Raccoon Riot again. Maybe.
Yeah, a real short jammer rotation so far for Norrköping. And I mean, obviously they're going to break that out. Like, you can't have 2 jammers skate a whole game. They would die.
Yeah, probably.
Especially against defense like this.
Yeah, the recycling is really good by Crime City. Raccoon Riot still on their initial pass. Kinke coming in for their 3rd pass. They've scored 10 points so far. Raccoon Riot is out, and a whistle is blown, and someone is getting a forearm. It's number 321 from Norrköping sitting on the penalty box.
It's Agonia Knox.
13 points scored there by Crime City. So far, with 22 minutes left in the game, it's 2 against 49 for Crime City Rollers. We have a new jammer on the track. Who is it?
Ooh, we do? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Goodness gracious me. Miss Ruby Jackson jamming for Norrköping.
But Curly Hoare just plows through the pack and gets recycled by Notorious Ninja, while another blocker from Norrköping gets to sit in the penalty box for a forearm.
That's right, so only 2 blockers for Norrköping, and there wasn't much they could do. They slowed down Curly Hoare, but couldn't stop her at all.
And did you see that apex jump?
I
Because
saw
we
it.
did.
Yeah, we definitely saw it.
And I think you can expect that from Curly Hoare. Some apex jumps. There you go, once again.
Nice timing.
Yeah.
I also have curly hair, so I'm always a fan of curly-haired people, especially when they flaunt it.
And I don't know if it was when Crime City went over to the States this year that I think it was Below Me and Curly who got MVPs.
Oh.
I'm not really sure about that. Do you know? Please hashtag RollerDerbySM or hashtag SMveckan. Let us know, because I might be imagining things. I really know. I do know that Below Me got it, but I have a faint idea that Curly got one too.
And were they at Big O tournament, I believe, in Oregon?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So Norrköping is playing with their A team, Sluts United, while Crime City Rollers are playing a mixed team. They have players from the A, B, and C team on their charter, and I think so on their roster right now that they're playing.
Injury to a Crime City skater. I didn't catch. Well, who is that? I can see now.
It's 104.
Spinosaurus.
But they're talking to their to the medical team, and it seems as though they're fine.
Yep, seems okay.
Yeah. So in the penalty box, we have 1 blocker from Norrköping and 1 blocker from Crime City. So it's gonna be 3 against 3 on the track. We might not see any. What do you say? We might not see any offense in the start of this jam, since both are only on 3 blockers. But you never know. We might get surprised.
It happens. Even to announcers who know everything, don't we?
Yeah.
Isn't that part of this job? That's why we sit so high up here.
Yeah.
So we can know things.
Another one of our sponsors this weekend are Sticky Skates, who provide a skate shop in Gothenburg, and they provide and they can provide you with gear and skates and all the small things that you need to be on the track and be fierce. So check out their web shop, stickyskates.com, or their Facebook page.
My question about brick and mortar skate shops is always, do they smell like Derby? Like when you walk in, do they smell like pads that probably could stand a wash? And I'm just thinking about the ride home I have today with me and 4 Dock City skaters in the smallest space that we could find, and I might need a new jacket for tomorrow.
Maybe, maybe. But no, I've been to Sticky Skate Shop, and I don't think it smells bad.
Okay. Well, I don't think Derby
cool.
smells bad necessarily. I think it's just authenticity.
Yeah. It just smells. Let's leave it at that.
Smells like Derby.
Yeah.
A little bit.
On the check, we have Raccoon Riot, number 30 for Norrköping in red, and 636 Darling Ripper for CCR in the purple. And Raccoon Riot just flew on the inside. They just made Crime City believe they were going to the outside, and they were like, nope.
So Raccoon Riot gets through, scores some points. 3 points scored for Norrköping, so more than doubling the team's total so far. You got to start somewhere. You may as well start with a lead jam and a 3 points and calling it off before your opponent can score.
Yeah, right now Norrköping wants to get lead, wants to score points and keep Crime City at a 0 just to climb up a bit on the scoring. 19 and a half minutes left, and we have number 1281 Kamikaze on the line for Norrköping and 999 Power Pussy. And there they go again.
Kamikaze is your lead jammer for Norrköping. Now, you told me that Norrköping defeated Crime City's Elite Series charter earlier this year. I heard that Crime City is skating this weekend a little bit stronger charter than they may have used at some earlier times in the year.
Yes, they do. I think they have... there your jam would end. We will just give you the points so you can see them. I think Norrköping puts up 4 more on the board, so 9 to 7 to 4. Yes, Crime City is skating with some new skaters on their charter, and they really want to get to the gold game tomorrow. So, if you have the opportunity to change your skaters, then you will play with your best skaters.
Absolutely. Well, 2 jams in a row. We've had Norrköping get lead and score points while holding Crime City scoreless. We'll see if that trend can continue. And so far, so good, as Raccoon Riot is your lead jammer for Norrköping.
Yeah, and King K, they have stashed the star and trying to get through, getting some offense from below me, who then gets to be one-on-one with Raccoon Riot. And when your bench says call it off, you call it off.
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite developments in the years I've been watching Derby is jammers that actually listen to the bench.
Yeah.
It's a small thing, but it matters a lot. I remember times when, and I've even seen recently with, like a lower level team, like maybe a C team or something, where the jammer is just blissfully skating around and the whole bench is jumping up and down and waving their arms and screaming, and that skater just has no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
You won't see that this weekend very much.
No, I think we won't see that this weekend. And Curly goes up against Kamikaze. And Curly pushing themselves out. Well, Kamikaze has a 4 wall to get through, but
And Kamikaze almost made it, right?
Yeah, and then Dykestalker was there.
That's right.
But didn't draw the cut.
Meanwhile, Curly threw on the inside. That was an easy one for 5 points.
And Crime City, what you will see is that they, split up the other team's defense so that their jammer just can get through. And sometimes it can be chaotic, but I think they have their own idea about what is chaotic and what is not. Right.
As long as the skaters on the track know enough about what's going on, it's not a problem at all.
No. So, a 9-point jam for Curly Horde there, 13.83. With 16 minutes left of this first half. So, who do we have on the track?
It looks like we've got, once again, Darling Ripper and Raccoon Riot for their respective squads. And it's going to be Darling Ripper out front, lead jammer for Crime City. As Raccoon Riot is bunched up in the back of the pack. She made it through but lost the star.
Yeah, and goes back to get it. And their pivot gave it to them. And
right, one of the
it's
other
hard out
blockers.
there.
It is. One of the other blockers was looking but couldn't pick it up because not a blocker, or because it's a blocker, not a pivot or a jammer. So I had to just point it. Look at the star. Come pick this up.
Yeah, and then it's a low block that's sending Raccoon Riot to the penalty box, and it's a power jump from Creme City, and that's not something that Norrköping wants right
No,
now,
it is
or
not.
what they need.
Agreed. Is that the first power jam we've had?
This
in
is the
stream?
first power jam we've had, so this game.
Probably won't be the last, if I had to guess. Darling Ripper forced to the inside there by Agonia Knox. Almost made it through and then had to recycle all the way back around.
And you can see that Darling just hopping and skipping on the lines. And looking at their bench coach saying, am I allowed to call it off now?
Yeah.
And bench says no.
No. Are we done yet? We are not done yet. You will keep skidding and you will like it.
Yeah, but now Raccoon Riot is out on their initial pass, so I'm seeing the bench for Creme City telling them to call it off, and so they do, but not before they get 5 more points. So it says 15 on the scoreboard right now, but I would, yeah. So 15 points for this jam, 13.98. And we haven't had an official review or an official timeout this game. Or now it's coming because we can see the bench coach for Norrköping saying, you know what, I need a timeout.
Yeah.
And jam timer Momo says, okay, you can have one.
This timeout brought to you by Tony's. Tony's is one of our sponsors.
Yes, thank you, Tony's.
Thank you, Tony's. I thought I saw somewhere that it might be a food place. I don't know. I need more information about the
It
sponsors.
sounds like a pizzeria, but I won't tell you that it is.
Until we know that it is, and then we'll tell
Yeah.
you what it is for sure.
And we have some fun facts about our teams, and let's start with Norrköping. Norrköping Roller Derby was founded in 2012. Today we have 16 members divided into 2 teams, Slots United and Blockwork Orange. We also have a Murby team, Chaos. We also have a lot of dedicated SOs and NSOs with our official United representing Norrköping Roller Derby in a great way. This past year, Norrköping has been to bouts in Zurich, Oslo, and also Paris, and returned victorious all 3 times. Their catchword has become Tillsammans, which means together in Swedish. We're in it for each other, whether you're on the track at the moment or not. That's really sweet.
That's very nice. I think they have Tillsammans branded bags out there that I saw somebody carrying around. That looked like some good merch to pick up if you're able to make it down to the venue here in beautiful Borås.
Yeah.
Which is in Sweden, somewhere in Sweden. It seems to be toward the west, from what the map tells me.
Yeah.
My Swedish geography is not great, but it's not terrible either.
You know what? You can fake it till you make it.
That's right.
And on our track, our jammers are faking it till they're making it. Power Pussy against is it?
Little Miss Ruby.
Little Miss Ruby.
Miss Ruby Jackson, sorry.
Miss Ruby Jackson.
I got 2 of the 3 words right. Miss Ruby Jackson. At least this is being recorded so I can be mocked later.
Yeah. And there, Divide by Zero sends Power Pussy to the box, giving Norrköping a power jam. As you can see, when a referee makes an X with their arms, that's because it's a cutting the track penalty. So you accidentally or someone pushed you out of bounds, and then you go in bounds in front of another skater that was in front of you.
Wait, who are these blockers for Crime City that are really doing a number on Miss Ruby Jackson right now?
You have number 16 Feisty, number 8 Notorious Ninja, 53 Dykstalker, and 104 Spinosaurus.
Well, kudos to them for being very good at defense.
Yeah, but you still see that Norrköping really gets in front of Power Pussy, and
The star
and
is off.
holding them.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think they will try to pass it on to Dijkstalker. But Dijkstalker says that, you know what? I'm going to stand here because you got this. So
Yeah.
I'm coming up and helping you now. Look,
Okay.
I'm here.
Here I am.
And Power Pussy knocked out of bounds, taken back by Tiny Terror, who's also in Team Sweden.
Ooh.
So I'm not sure that they're on the final charter for Team Sweden, but I know that they're going to boot camps and that, you know, they're in the
Right.
training squad.
Excellent.
So what happened this jam? Is it a 0-0 jam?
A 0-0 jam. Fantastic. Defense for the win.
Oh, yeah. That must be so hard when you're a jammer that you're like, but I pushed through and I got through and I needed those points. And, you know, the blockers are like, nuh-uh,
No. Not today.
not today. That's a good jam to be a blocker.
That's right. That's right.
And King K takes the lead over Raccoon Riot.
Raccoon Riot has one blocker to beat, but now some more of the recycling we've seen so much of from Crime City means she's got more and more blockers to beat. As King K has hit the back of the pack and is scoring already for Crime City.
And below me goes to sit in the box for an elbow. And Raccoon Riot only has 3 to beat. Well, only 3 to beat on the track.
3
That's
seems like a lot.
Yeah, and King K just blowing us away with an apex jump.
Now, when she did that apex jump, did she kind of like push off one of the opposing blockers as she flew over her? Because it looked a little bit like that from my angle. I don't know.
I just caught it on the stream because I was so into what's Raccoon Riot doing, who just gave away the cap to Tiny Terror. And someone is getting a low block, and that will be Katja from Crime City Rollers.
King K with another 5 points and scoring for Crime City. As Below Me forces Tiny Terror to recycle all the way back. She doesn't look really enthused to hit the pack.
No, but I heard her bench saying that, you know what, cool it, be on the track, don't do anything that
Right.
will get you off the track right now.
Right.
And she nodded and said that, you know what, okay, I hear you.
King K forced to recycle all the way back to turn 2. But having already scored a lot of points, that's just fine.
Yeah, and there Tiny Terror will just skippity-dippity on the inside.
Yeah, skippity dippity is the correct English language term for that move. Yes. Skippity dippity. Here we are.
Here we are.
123-13, the listed score currently in favor of the Crime City Rollers. Previous gold medal winners here in the Swedish Championships with 9 minutes left in the first half of this second semifinal bout here on the first day.
Yeah, and we saw that last semifinal too. The Dog City, they just, suddenly they were at 127 points. And then I think they hit like 179 before the halftime whistle blew.
Right.
Against Lulu 17.
That's
But
right.
things
17
are-
was on the scoreboard for a long time for Lulu.
Yeah. Things are happening on the track. Curly's got lead, but Kamikaze is out right now. But Curly's scoring points and taken out by number 40. That's Molotova. Good job, Molotova.
Forcing the call off there.
And Molotova just protecting their points. So 3 points did Curly pick. And the referees are having a little chat.
An important conversation among zebras.
Yeah.
But looks like nothing will come of it in terms of changing gameplay at the moment.
Yeah.
And
Just-
so we're back to some triangle +1 defenses.
Yeah, Shref just wanted to make sure that everyone's on board with what is happening, probably.
Absolutely.
And good work by the defense of Norrköping, getting Darling Ripper out and their own jammer out. Raccoon Riot has lead. It's Raccoon
Well
Riot,
done.
right?
It is Raccoon Riot, yes. Managing to find an inside lane at long last.
And Darling Ripper thinking that they had just one to beat, but Tiny Terror coming up, giving some assistance, and they take Darling Ripper back to turn 2.
Raccoon Riot looked a little bit tired getting through that pack. There was a big sigh.
And the star pass has occurred for Crime City to pivot 5-3 Dyke Stalker, who's now trying to race, but the pack has raced to the second turn. Raccoon Riot getting some offensive help, and it was 9-2.
That's right, 2 points were scored by Crime City at the very end of that jam, so the call-off just a split second late.
Yeah. But they went off with 7 more points. That's good. 22 points on the board for Norrköping. And on the jammer line, we have number 7 King K and 1281 Kamikaze. So if you're just tuning in, we have Crime City in purple and Norrköping Sluts United in red. And Kamikaze is in the front battling. Ooh, big hit on below me. But King K just dancing on their toe stops on the inside and saying, you know what, I want the lead.
Granted, according to Divide by Zero, the jam ref for Crime City this half.
And there is a blocker for Norrköping going to the box. I didn't see why, but maybe you saw it there on your home screens at home.
Is that a star pass, apparently, for Norrköping? So that's Backy Blackout.
Yeah.
New jammer. Not for long, as the jam is called.
And how are you watching roller derby, the second semifinal of roller derby at Roller Derby SM? If you put out a picture on Twitter or on Instagram or on Facebook, please hashtag SM2007 SM-veckan
Right.
or hashtag Roller Derby SM. I'm just getting up
It's
to
okay.
my
Just
own
make
hashtags.
up your own hashtags. Hashtag D. Maurer is announcing this bout.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Or hashtag team announcing, because we really want to know what you think about us and what we're doing.
That's right. Tell us how we're stupid.
Or tell us how good we're, because Curly Heart coming with their apex jumps as soon as Raccoon Ride was out of the pack.
Got the replay of the apex jump, and there it was. That was just a little one. She didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
She's already forgotten that she jumped the apex. That's how easy that one was. And that's how good Curly is.
I want to think that apex jumps are that easy, but I'm kind of terrified of doing them.
Yeah, I wouldn't even do it if I was the only one on the track. It's just not my skill set. Miss Ruby Jackson is your lead jammer for Norrköping. She managed to run over a couple of opposing blockers there. Some good physical jamming
Yeah,
to get the
King
lead.
K right behind them. And you could see a lot of the Crime City skaters were like, why wasn't that a track cut? Or wasn't it high block? Or, hey, didn't you see that? But, you know, you got to trust your referees and what they're seeing, because whatever you believe is happening on the track, maybe it's not what it
Right.
what it
well,
is.
the thing is, like, you know, people watching at home are just like announcers. Our opinions don't matter.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, we're allowed to share them, but nobody has to care.
I have a friend who's tuning up the announcers. So I was like, did you hear me announcing that? They were like, no, I don't listen to the announcers because, you know, they often don't know what they're talking about. And I was like,
Well,
excuse me. But now it's an official review from Crime City. And
Crime City, of course, sending out their shiniest coach.
yes, and
Right.
I believe that Chef will let us know as soon as they have made a decision what has happened, because he has his own microphone
That's right.
down there.
That's so much better than when the announcers just have to guess what has happened in an official review. Well, we think they may have been saying this.
Well, I would think that they would say something about the Norrköping Jammer because so many Crime City blockers were like, oh, no, what was this? Didn't you see this? So it has to be something on the Norrköping Jammer.
Right.
And, you know, last game, Muffa, the bench coach for Dock City Rollers, they took an official review about just changing a call. I think they called it a forearm or something, and then she was like, no, but it was low block. And they were like, okay, we'll change it. And they won that.
Oh.
So, I mean...
Okay. You're welcome to do that, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, because they were like, you know what, it has to look right on the stats.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, okay. Or maybe they wanted the referees to know that, you know what, you need to watch the low blocks on this one.
Right. I mean, certainly the coaches can send a message to the referees by doing an official review.
Yeah.
It's not always about winning the review per se.
No.
Sometimes it's about what you're trying to say. I knew a coach long before the days of organized official reviews in Derby, who used to make a point of, with just about 5 minutes in every bout, he would storm onto the track and just yell at the referees to kind of get their attention so that they would listen to him the rest of the day.
Oi.
It was occasionally successful.
Yeah. And on the replay there, we see Curly Hoare just making their way through that pack. And that Apex Jam from King K. And now we're gonna hear what Schreff has to say.
Purple team used their official review. They were looking for a cutting call to be issued to the red jammer in the last jam on their initial pass. The referees cannot be certain if the jammer did cut an opposing blocker, so the no cut call will stand. Purple team lose their official review.
Aww.
So, but with 3 minutes left in the game, of the first half, I'm sorry, not the game, of the first half of this game, Crime City both teams got an opportunity to just, breathe.
That's right.
And we have Darling Ripper on the track for Crime City with a no pass, no penalty so far. So let's see what's gonna happen, because Raccoon Riot is on the back fighting for their lead jammer status, and almost. But hey, look at that!
She did it,
Getting out.
Raccoon Riot did a great job there, getting a whip almost accidentally from, I think it was Molotova, coming back onto the track from the penalty box, and she happened to skate by, and Raccoon Riot was able to grab her jersey and just pull herself through. It was quite a remarkable moment.
I believe that people should whip more in Derby.
Definitely
like
more
shirt
whipping.
whips, or just, Pegasus whip, or I don't know, unicorn whips, I have no idea. But more whipping.
I've seen teams that where lots of the blockers wear belts, so you can do more belt whips.
Yeah.
Like big heavy leather belts, although at some point that becomes a hazard in itself. So.
Yeah.
Safety first, skaters. Safety first.
So 2 points scored on that jam for Norrköping, bringing them up to 24 against 140 for Crime City Rollers. And Curly Hoare
And
jamming, and Kamikaze. And I just didn't know what to say, because I was like, oh my god, Kamikaze is going to get lead jammer. But then...
Didn't happen.
No, blockers happened.
Blockers happened. Ooh. Speaking of blockers happening, that was a nice block to slow Curly down.
Yeah.
And she takes a couple more big hits, that time blowing through the final blocker to score those points for Crime City, and then calling off the jam as Kamikaze was also on a scoring pass.
And so far, I think, we can see the penalty board from here, and I think it's pretty even so far with the penalties for both teams.
Yeah, I haven't really seen penalties make as much of a difference in this bout as you see in some Derby bouts.
Yeah, so let's hope that both teams keep their penalties down. It's so much more fun, Derby, then. And King K dancing on their toe stops, but behind them, almost behind them, now behind them is Raccoon Riot.
You could tell that Raccoon Riot was going to make it through, even though the Crime City did their usual excellent job of recycling. But Raccoon Riot was clearly determined to make it and just bouncing off those hits as the jam has been called.
And there is a skater for Norrköping getting sent to the penalty box. So 3 on the track for Norrköping, but 4 for Crime City.
Okay, and a jam ref was checking scoring with the outside pack referees, always useful to determine exactly what happened with a couple extra sets of eyes.
Yeah. And we have Darling Ripper in the front.
Kamikaze is also jamming yet again for Norrköping, but stuck in the back. Looks like Kamikaze might make it through. Meanwhile, Darling Ripper has made it through for 5 points and more, potentially, for Crime City.
And with only 2 blockers, you need to decide, are we just doing the offense, are we just doing the defense, are we doing both?
Right.
Right. What's most important? But now the pivot for Norrköping has the cap, has the star, but gets recycled by below me. And Darling Ripper gets recycled back by Kamikaze, who's now an effective blocker.
Mm-hmm. The track all of a sudden looks really cluttered as the pack is really bunched up there.
And now the pivot made jammer for Norrköping is stuck in the pack. Tiny Terror going to the penalty box for a forearm or an elbow. I didn't really exactly see what happened. But good work by Mama to keeping Darling Ripper off. But Darling Ripper already scoring 15 points on this jam.
As the jam clock winds down, Darling Ripper has no reason to call this one off.
Another blocker of Norrköping going to the penalty box. I think this is the announcer's curse.
Yeah.
Didn't I just say that there were not a lot of penalties?
Well, it happens. Don't blame yourself.
No, they can't hear me, so
No.
I don't.
No.
So this is halftime, people. We're going into halftime now. See you again in a little more than 14 minutes. Welcome back for the second half of the second semi-final of the day between Norrköping in red and Crime City Rollers in blue. Purple, I mean. Jeez.
It is purple. It's definitely purple. We can see it from here.
And we just went over the penalties, and Norrköping is sitting at 16 penalties, and Crime City at 11.
Now I hear that this is an unusually low total for penalties for Crime City.
Yes, so far.
So far.
It's a low. I think there was one game when I was like, okay, you have 20 penalties already, and you're 20 minutes in the first half. So this is an improvement. Good to go, and well done both teams, because it's not that high.
No, it's not that high at all.
And let's keep it that way. Let's keep this second half as clean as well.
Clean derby.
So who do we got on the line?
Well, the scoreboard tells me it's King K and Raccoon Riot.
Well, then that must be right. And they're both going hard on the packs. And we have number 3-3 for a multiplayer block going to the box, and that gives King K the chance to get lead.
King K, no stranger to being the lead jammer here for Crime City today, as they've built up that lead on the scoreboard with a lot of lead jams, as well as fierce defense. Ask any of the Norrköping jammers about Crime City's defense so far today.
And what I've seen is that Crime City does it a lot more often than Norrköping, the bridging back the jammer.
Right.
Like, Norrköping are very good at taking the jammer out, but they don't bridge back They don't go back, so therefore the jammer just gets right in.
Right.
With Crime City, they're just...
Yeah, they're really, really aware of where they are on the track and exactly which move. Okay, now I need to move forward to take this position to make this happen, and move backward to make that happen.
Yeah, and we see now Curly Whore attacking that 3-wall of Norrköping players, having one to beat but getting lead. And Kamikaze getting out to the front of the pack, going one-on-one with Below Me, who's now getting help from Goldie Blocks. And both jammers sitting tied on those walls.
That's right. We've seen that plenty of times where Below Me is the only jammer to beat, and all of a sudden Below Me is part of a 3-skater triangle that's almost impossible to get through.
Yeah, and Below Me blows my mind sometimes, because even though they're the only blocker, and you think you have the opportunity to just dance around them, they just give you the shoulder and you're out of bounds.
That's right.
And that's like a signature move for them.
Very impressive so far, yes.
And we have, I think that's Queen Jezebel just getting Curly out of bounds, taking them back, and now in the front Curly is trying to push through.
And the jam is called. Curly's done with this one.
And Tommy of Finland sending Goldie Blocks to the penalty box. I didn't see why. So 2 blockers for Crime City in the box.
Let's see if Norrköping can take advantage of this. Who are the 2 blockers out there for Crime City right now?
That's Spinosaurus and Dijkstalker, a pretty strong duo. But for Norrköping, we have Egonianox, sorry. And
see Backy Blackout, pardon me.
And
those ones on the inside that we can't see who they are.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Who is Egonianox? That's the only blocker I see. I don't know why. Number 14. That's the Shotinator.
That's right. So that time a no penalty, no pass for Crime City allows Raccoon Riot to call off that jam, being lead jammer behind the Crime City jammer. Want to give a shout out to all the fans watching at home all around Sweden as well as back in the US. I understand my mom is watching the stream. Hi, Mom.
Oh, my parents aren't watching the stream.
Well,
I should tell them to.
Mom. Let's make it a mom contest.
Yeah. Are your parents watching the stream? Are you watching your, I would say babies, but your children play? Please hashtag SM Roller Derby or SM Veckan and let us know. And we have Miss Ruby Jackson jamming for Norrköping. They haven't jammed that much. We often see Raccoon Riot and Kamikaze, and Power Pussy with the lead attacking that front wall, which was 3, another 2. And there again we see it. They take the jammer out, but they don't go back that often.
Right. Oh. And there we've got a change. The very last jammer, or the very last blocker, managed to force Power Pussy out and make her all the way go back, but then she just walked right through the second time. Well, that was surprising.
Sometimes nothing surprised me.
Sometimes.
It's like, maybe I've seen it all.
Power Pussy had to work so hard to get through that first time and then recycled back. Maybe jammers should do that more often. Just quit and give up and go back to the back and just walk through the second time.
Some speed can really give you the opportunity that you need. And now Below Me going to the box as the pivot. Ooh, blocking a skater who's almost down.
Almost.
Yeah, good for Goldie Blocks that the jammer was almost down there. Otherwise, that would have been a penalty. And it seems as if Miss Ruby Jackson really has a hard time against the Crime City wall, and now it's taking the star up, giving it to Tiny Terror, who gets almost absorbed by Goldie Blocks, but gets out.
Yeah, it was very impressive that Tiny Terror made it out of the pack that time, because it really looked like like the Crime City pack was going to just swallow up another jammer, but
Yeah, and that was a 2-minute jam, so Mace Ruby Jackson just attacking those Crime City blockers for almost 2 minutes. I can imagine how hard that must have been.
it's
Kudos to you.
absolutely, it's just exhausting work. And yeah, 2-minute jams get longer and longer as the bout goes on.
Yeah. And Crime City with 194 to Norrköping's 24. And Curly Whore in the front against a 3-wall. And Raccoon Riot just pushing, and that Crime City wall breaking up and giving them chance to get lead.
I was a little surprised that Raccoon Riot was able to get through because Crime City had been able to recycle back to the front, but they weren't able to reorganize into a triangle, thus
Yeah.
allowing Raccoon Riot to get through lead jammer and scoring for
And
Norrköping.
did you see that offense from Norrköping? They were like, we see you on the outside, we're coming, we're sweeping in the inside, and we're helping you get those 3 points.
That's right, and the jam was called just in time to keep Curly from scoring 4 more on a apex jump.
Yeah. Is anyone counting Curly Horse apex jumps? Maybe we'll do that tomorrow.
That would be a good idea. We could, if I could talk and count at the same time, that would be a great job for me. But really, my mouth goes on and my brain goes off. That's just how it works.
And we have an empty penalty box for this jam. But there we have Dude Law giving King K a low block.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There it was, the skater that was down. So this is a power jam for Kamikaze. King K taking a seat in the penalty box, and their 30-second starts now. Let's see if Norrköping can get lead on those 30 seconds. And it's like Norrköping just now realized that they have a power jam.
Still a very crowded pack as finally Norrköping slowing down, trying to allow Kamikaze to get through. Nope, now Norrköping is going to change it up and go all offensive blocking.
But Kamikaze kind of missed their chance on that, and Jammers leaving the penalty box now. King K on the track.
Well, that's how you kill a penalty if you are Crime City.
Yeah. And Kamikaze is taking off the star. And I don't know if that is such a good idea, because now they won't be eligible to become lead jammer.
Yeah, I would say that's an unfortunate turn of events as King K is out of the box and through and having just scored 5 points. So, but once again, our strong congratulations to the blockers of Crime City, who are just doing everything they can to keep Kamikaze from getting through.
And King K making a small jump on the, almost on the straight line across a blocker's hips. And Kamikaze now out of the pack, but with 5, 4, 3 seconds left, I don't think they will be able to score.
I'm exhausted just watching that jam from Kamikaze. Like,
Yeah.
every effort was put in, but unfortunately, it just didn't yield much on the scoreboard.
Yeah, when you see that you're, I know it was like, I'm gonna pass the star onto my pivot, but then my pivot gets to the box, then it's almost as good to just put the star back on.
Right, right.
And we have, is it Dykestalker? It's Dykestalker with a star this time. Number 5-3, pivot turn jammer. Just for this jam against Raccoon Riot. But Dykestalker just recycled back and taking out.
Meanwhile, Raccoon Riot called for a low block, so this is now a power jam for Dykestalker.
We've seen a lot of low blocks in this game. Like last game, it was a lot of forearms and multiplayers and elbows, but this time, and Dykestalker losing their helmet cover, and you see Crime City blockers trying to protect it.
Right.
But there comes 3-3 and says, you know what? No.
Man, Losing the helmet cover like that really makes it a whole. Like they're literally playing a
Yeah.
different game right now.
Yeah. And Gab was trying to help Dijkstalker get the cover and got a penalty. And now Spinosaurus for Crime City, the pivot, has the star on their head.
Raccoon Riot is back on the track and on a scoring path already. So the tables have turned here a little bit as it's Raccoon Riot getting an immediate jammer penalty and yet scoring. I guess the difference is Raccoon Riot has scored but is now very much stuck in the pack of purple jerseys there from Crime City.
And Raccoon Riot spinning off Dijkstalker there, taking some speed out of their block. And all blockers now are out on the track, and all jammers are on the track. And ooh, big hit on Spino there. And let's see if Spinosaurus got any points there. King Richard is talking to Tommy of Finland. Are they getting any points?
I believe Spinosaurus scored points on signaled scoring points on a previous pass, so looks like one more in the air there for Spino.
So 4-5 on this jam. Not bad. But it's not often we see a helmet cover on the floor.
That's right, and it's been a couple of times today that we've seen that, where the blockers can't pick it up and the jammer is already through the pack and then has to come back through the pack, pick it up, and then make it through again.
Yeah, and the pivot is more like, you know what, I'm pretty busy here taking care of the other jammers, so you're kind of on your own.
Right.
And Darling Ripper is out and about. And there we have number 5, 6, 7, 8, Miss Ruby Jackson coming in and wanting to score points, but is denied by Darling Ripper, who takes home 4 points.
Miss Ruby Jackson still very excited about having made it through the pack at all that time.
Yeah, and now we see Norrköping wanting an official review. I didn't really see anything on this jam that could be an official review.
I didn't see it either, but, again, our opinions don't matter.
No.
In
So,
this case.
unfortunately, I can sit here and say that, you know what, I think it was this thing that happened here.
Sponsors. This official review brought to you by Morris, one of our sponsors, Morris.
Yeah. And we have some fun facts about Crime City skaters. And we can say that Spinosaurus, who we saw jamming this last game, is a pro at Dancy OK. And although Spino got a blue helmet and knee pad, Spino doesn't like blue that much. It's just an unfortunate coincidence of events.
Oh, yeah. Blue doesn't really doesn't really go with the purple and yellow color scheme of Crime City all that well, I have to say.
And then we have Feisty, who's now on the track, your number 16 for Crime City Rollers. It says here that Feisty is a determined player with a resting bitch face.
Oh, I would not care to comment on the veracity of that.
But gives the best hugs and likes good vegan food. But
who doesn't like good vegan food, really?
Yeah, and who doesn't like good food? And who doesn't like hugs? Maybe we can get one later and just let people know if they are good hugs.
That's a good idea. We can report back tomorrow.
And who else do we have on? We have Notorious Ninja, number 8, is the naturopath of CCR, patching up the others in colorful tape and keeping up their core strength with Pilates. And now we're going to hear about the official review.
Red team have used their official review. They are looking for a cutting call to be issued to the purple jammer on red 1-4 in the last jam. The officials deemed that the jammer had stepped back on track before 1-4 had gone behind her. Therefore, the no cut call will stand. Red team lose their official review.
Okay.
All right. Thank you to our head official for clearly stating the situation.
Yes, and we see, I would say pivot line start, but it's not. It almost was for Curly Whore and Raccoon Riot. And Curly up in the front with only 1 to beat now.
But Curly called off for a back block, and so that's going to be a power jam for your lead jammer from Norrköping, Raccoon Riot.
Let's see if Norrköping can make anything happen on this power jam.
It's not a given that you're going to score on a power jam against this Crime City
No.
team.
But look at Raccoon Riot, they do it. 5 points on the board. Oh, they look exhausted on the track.
I really enjoyed Raccoon Riot clapping for, not even necessarily like for, I don't even know, just clapping. I made it through, yay!
Yeah, just give me some love. And great offense from Norrköping. And Curly Hoare is back on track, trying to get through, but is knocked out of bounds by number 3-3. That's Becky Blackout. Good job, Becky. And we see Gab taking a seat in the penalty box for 30 seconds. And Raccoon Riot on their 3rd scoring pass. You know what? This will pick up their team spirits. And Ben says call it off because Curly's right on your heels.
That's right. And I think Raccoon Riot is going to be pretty happy to sit down after that jam.
Yeah.
Looking a little winded. It's been a long day.
Yeah, 14 points on the board for Norrköping. This may be their biggest jam so far in this game.
Maybe.
And we have 3 blockers of Crime City standing on the track and 4 blockers for Norrköping. And defense is working. Kincaid taken out. And you know, as long as those walls are together, it works. But you know, Kamikaze right on her heels, on their heels, sorry. And Kincaid says, you know what, okay, I'll do as my bench coach says, I'll call it off.
Time to call it off.
You know, in this game, even a 0-0 jam is good for Norrköping. Like not letting Crime City capitalize anymore in this game, keeping them at 218.
Right, and the previous jam, Norrköping had scored those 14 points, I believe. So an opportunity to maintain that momentum even through a 0-0 jam.
And now it's Power Pussy going to the penalty box for a back block. Again, Raccoon Riot on a power jam. And Spino is going out for, I don't know what that means.
I didn't see the call.
That tap.
Oh, boy.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure what that was. No, we may get some clarification later.
Yeah, I'll have to be better on the signals, on the hand signals.
Meanwhile, 5 points for Raccoon Riot. So a second jam in a row for Raccoon Riot on a power jam, scoring a bunch of points.
And Power Pussy on the track, getting through. Let's see if the blockers for Norrköping can help their jammer score any more points, because the pack is speeding up. And I believe it's an advantage for Norrköping. And look at that.
Well, you were right. I was concerned that Crime City was just going to be able to race away from Raccoon Riot for the rest of that jam, but no, you were right. Norrköping was able to catch them and slow them down just enough to get the rest of the points. 4 more.
54 for Norrköping, Sluts United right now against Crime City's 218. Spinosaurus sitting in the box, giving blocker advantage to Norrköping. Let's see if it works for them. And it seems like Norrköping had a good talk during halftime. What do we need to do better? And, you know, they've been watching those lines really carefully.
Absolutely. A great recycle there by Tiny Terror, slowing down Darling Ripper. Darling Ripper does eventually make it through and get lead jam. but definitely slowed down by some good blocking from Norrköping.
And there Kamikaze goes to the penalty box. Let's see how Norrköping does on this.
So this is a power jam for Crime City.
Putting 5 on the board, 1 minute and 12 seconds left in this jam. Norrköping trying to build a wall in the front. Crime City holding an egg, I think they call it.
Is that what they call it?
In my old day, we called it a goat.
Yes, that's what I've been generally how it's been known to me. He's trying to trap a goat behind.
Yeah, they told me when I transferred to Crime City, you know what? We called an egg. I'm like,
Okay.
Okay. Guess you really need to like eggs.
Yeah, I mean, if they're winning by this much, they can call it what they want to call it.
Yeah, and Darling coming in for another scoring pass, but is denied points. And so is Kamikaze. No, 1 point. So 11-0 this jam in favor of Crime City. And we see Norrköping's bench going in, watching the jam timer, and I believe they're going to call a timeout.
That does make sense, rather than just fielding a jam with no skaters. Okay, this timeout from Norrköping brought to you by New House, one of our sponsors, New House.
And I have some more fun facts about our skaters on the track right now. Number 7, King K. They say watching King K on the track is a little bit like the Matrix. Often eats broccoli. Maybe that's why they fly so much.
Maybe. I'm trying to make a connection between the Matrix and broccoli, per se. I don't really see one. I don't think broccoli fits into the color scheme of the films.
No. But I guess maybe because they eat broccoli, they act like a Matrix on the track.
I guess so. It's possible. What if broccoli is the secret to the Matrix?
And number 4-8, you see them talking there. Gab is fiery on the track. Gab is either at the gym, skates, or sits around with 1,000 books.
1,000 books.
That must be a good library they have at home.
Yeah. What would you build out of 1,000 books?
What would you do? Hashtag
That's
SM,
Well done.
SM-veckan or hashtag SM roller derby. And you know, we have Dag Stocker also, who is calm and diplomatic, excellent in every sport, also excellent in stalking online.
Now that's a sport that I'm not that great at, which is good.
Oh, I wish I was great at it, but or I don't know, maybe not.
I don't know.
A lot of whistles going out. Norrköping lose a blocker to the
Maybe?
and Raccoon Riot getting a blocker on their back, but you know, they said, you know what, I think I'm okay.
Definitely some confusion there as King K went to the box, but turns out had not been called to the box and so went back on the track. So maybe just some residual guilt there from King K.
Maybe there were a lot of whistles there in the
There were
beginning.
a lot of
so
whistles. Yeah, it was confusing.
Yeah. And I believe Norrköping's bench was like, what happened?
Seems
Why
like
are they out again? And Chef is telling him that, you know what, we're going to talk about it. And since Norrköping don't have an official review, they will just have to wait and see what the refs are saying. As right now we have 2 blockers from Norrköping sitting in the penalty box. It's 253 Tiny Terror and number 321 Egonia Knox.
Indeed.
And penalties have been racking up the second half, haven't they?
They really have, yes. Particularly, like you said, Crime City catching up on the penalties in this second half. I can't see well enough to actually count all the penalties again, but it's definitely evened up, and the number has increased substantially with 9 minutes and 7 seconds left on the period clock in this semifinal bout.
I believe I'm counting like 24 penalties for Crime City. But
Ooh.
if you do that, I'll count the red ones.
Okay. I want to give a shout out to Power Puffin Production, the production company bringing you this bout here today. In fact, the whole weekend worth of action. Power Puffin Production is a small amateur group of nerds from Crime City Rollers that are now specializing in live streaming, producing great low-cost, high-quality live sports streaming. And we are very excited to be working with them. They've even given us a camera just of the penalty box for our private viewing here in the announcer's booth. So if we get bored and we're not talking, it's probably because we're watching our special penalty box cam. Thank you to Power Puffin Productions.
And I counted red teams' penalties, and they said that's 26 or 27. So
Okay.
the penalties are even.
It happened. You were right. You foretold it.
I did. I must be that good.
Just that good.
And we, during halftime, we checked out the hashtag Roll Derby SM and SM-veckan and SM-veckan 2017. And a lot of you are watching Roll Derby either here in the hall with us, or you're at home cuddling it out in front of your TV, and it looks so cozy. But I really hope that tomorrow during the final games that you will be like having a party at home.
That's a good idea, yeah. Schedule your parties now, especially those of you watching from the United States. Schedule a party for, about 8 in the morning? 8 o'clock Sunday morning is always party time for me.
And what's happening? The North Ref says, let's get it on rolling. And,
Yep.
well, we'll roll. Okay.
It is time to roll, as it looks like Tiny Terror, the only skater in the penalty box that for Norrköping.
Ah, yeah, before there were two. You're
That's right. So I think that was Egonia Knox that had been in and is now back on the track.
Looks like that. And Tiny Terry coming out of the penalty box, assisting their jammer. And Parpussy getting some help from 304, that's Naggan. And we see both teams bridging. And Naggan in the front, giving some help to Parpussy. And it helps.
That was a great job there by Naggan, knowing just the time to go from bridging to offensive blocking to spring that jammer free.
And we see that Miss Ruby Jackson have taken off their helmet cover, trying to give it to their pivot, but drop it on the floor. And the pivot picks it up. Ooh, maybe they had given it to the pivot and then the pivot lost it.
I don't know.
So now they can take it because I can see no ref yelling, "You're not the jammer."
That's the thing that the refs are not yelling right now. It's
Or
true.
maybe they did because now the previous jammer or Miss Ruby Jackson has the cover. No, things are happening so fast.
Things are happening fast. It's
Anyway, Queen Jezebel is your jammer for Norrköping right now. And getting in, and Parpussy says, okay, you know what, I'll let you score some points.
true. Sure.
Because Parpussy is on their second pass. And I don't know if you can hear them on the stream, but it's the bench coach of Crime City screaming, "Watch the inside, watch the outside, give offense." Or maybe it's just people in the hall. But
Yeah,
they're loud.
I wasn't sure who's being so loud out there, but I appreciate the enthusiasm.
Yeah. And that was a 10-point jam for Crime City and 5-point jam for Norrköping. Good.
Not bad, yeah.
No.
Looks
You know,
like
Norrköping is starting putting up points, and that's good for the enthusiasm on the bench and just, getting it out there.
that's right. Well, and losing this bout does not end their weekend at all. The bronze medal match will be heavily contested tomorrow. Looks like it probably will be Norrköping at this point, going up against Luleå.
Yeah. And Luleå is from north of Sweden, like very much far north, but not, the furthest point.
No.
But they usually bout against Finnish teams because
Right.
they're closer than other
Right.
Swedish teams are. So
Right.
I'm really excited watching the game between Luleå and Norrköping. And
Yeah.
I know that anything can happen in Derby, but right now with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left, I don't think Norrköping will take this home. So we can safely say that you will see Norrköping Roller Derby against Luleå Roller Derby tomorrow for the bronze game, and Crime City Rollers against Dock City Rollers for the gold game.
I think that's what a lot of our spectators expected to see this weekend, from what I've heard.
Yeah, I think so. I was still excited to watch Luleå against CCR because Luleå won against CCR when they met them.
Right.
Um,
So wait, is that both? Is it then the case that both of these teams that won today have lost to that same team
Yeah.
earlier? Interesting. Oh, we've got a track cut on Kamikaze. Looked like she had made it through, but not quite, and so the track cut is the call. That makes this a power jam for Darling Ripper, who now is lead jammer for Crime City as
And-
the pack reforms.
and Queen Jezebel joining their jammer in the box, saying, you know what, you don't have to sit here alone. I'll come and keep you company. And
It seems like a nice sentiment, except it's really not.
yeah.
I'll
but-
join you in the box.
And you see what Crime City does here? They just take away one blocker at a time.
Yeah, very impressive.
And Kamikaze out of the penalty box. Still, I think, on their initial pass.
I think so, right, because Kamikaze had gotten through, but the penalty was called during that pass, so the pass was void.
And the pivot for Norrköping doing a great job taking out Darling Ripper and taking them back.
Still Darling Ripper able to call that one off.
260 points against 59. So last year's matchup for the gold game was also Crime City Rollers against Dock City Rollers. So it's going to be interesting to see how those two teams do against each other in this game. Because I think I will say tomorrow Dock City was leading last year's
Right.
gold game up until 15 minutes in the first half.
Right.
And there is Norrköping taking lead.
That's right. Raccoon Riot is your lead jammer. Once again, the ceremonial clap after getting lead.
And Dijkstalker putting the star on their helmet. And Raccoon Riot saying, I'll take 2 points and call it off.
Yep.
And we hear a cheering squad. It's good. It's always nice to know that you have people cheering for you. But during that jam, 2 blockers in the penalty box for Norrköping.
That doesn't bode well for the next jam for the team, for the underdog here.
And I believe we have a really good ref crew here today, not only in this game, but during last game also. Lots of experienced referees doing their best to make sure that everything is legal, and Curly has lead.
Curly with the apex jump, but manages to catch a skate and fall down.
Yeah.
But no blocking penalty, or no penalty on Norrköping because Curly was the one leaping through the air. And frankly, if you do that, like, you're taking your life into your hands.
And I believe that Curly got their hips on, or a blocker of Norrköping got their hips on Curly, and then they just spun around.
Right.
And if they had, you know, once again, just sprinted back,
Right.
they could have saved them a couple of seconds. But now it's a power jam to Curly Hoare.
It sure is. Well, the penalty box is otherwise empty, so a nice full pack to try to slow Curly down, but slowing her down is about as much as you're going to get.
Yeah. And Miss Ruby Jackson has got to the box both 2 times, and both of them on cutting the penalty track. And Curly spinning around those blockers. Let's see what Norrköping can do if they can help their jammer.
That time Curly was gearing up for an apex jump and instead just ran full into Queen Jezebel and had to recycle. Sometimes when you're going for an apex jump and realize that's not the apex, that's just the long, straight part of the track. It's pretty hard to jump over an opponent at that spot.
And with 5 seconds left on this jam and 40 seconds left on this period.
That's right, the defense for both teams did a great job at the end of that jam, just locking up those jammers.
Yeah.
Who were probably tired and may have even glanced at the clock to see, oh, okay. This is over now. At least that jam. But we are going to have at least one more jam.
Yes, we are going to have that. And it's a power jam start for Crime City Rollers because Miss Ruby Jackson is sitting in the penalty box again. And I believe it was a cutting the track penalty again. No, that's 5, 6, 7. I'm reading it all wrong. I'm so sorry. I can't see what it says on scoreboard.
I can't. Okay. No, I can't. My eyes are not that good.
And Power Pussy pushing, and getting out. Putting 5 points on the board.
Now the period clock has run out, so this is all just bonus derby until Power Pussy decides to call this one off or allows it to go the full 2 minutes.
And with 2 blockers in the box, I think Crime City want to capitalize as much as they can, just scoring the points.
Absolutely.
But Power Pussy knocked out of bounds, and it seems as if Kamikaze decides to play some defense instead.
It does look that way.
I can understand that. Suddenly you're like, I'm too tired to jam. And my pivot isn't here to help me, so...
Right.
And switching off blockers in the penalty box is Norrköping.
That's right, as both teams' benches are lined up standing in front of the bench areas, anticipating the end of this bout. Again, the period clock has run out. This is all just Power Pussy's playtime.
And there is a star pass occurred, so Becky Blackout is now your jammer for Norrköping. And Feisty going to the penalty box for a multiplayer block, courtesy of Doodle. And Parpus says, you know what? I can't jam 3 more seconds. I'll just end this.
That's right. No 2-minute jams. We're going to have a jam for 1 minute and 58 seconds instead. Much better.
So the score is 61 to Norrköping and 312 to Crime City Rollers. Still unofficial, but soon become official. Soon as all the paperwork is signed. So tomorrow for the bronze game, we have Norrköping Roller Derby against Luleå Roller Derby. And for the gold game, we have Crime City Rollers against Dock City Rollers. Last year's matchup once again.
That's right, and you can join us. I'm Reverend Killjoy, and this is
D. Mauer.
And we will have that championship bout brought to you right here from Borås tomorrow at the same time this one started, right?
Yeah, 15:30.
15:30, yes.
So please let us know. This was the final score given to you by Big Bröderna.